Hey everyone, welcome back to another developer vlog on Shopping Spree Extreme. It's been a while since we've updated you like this, but that's mainly because Sid and I have been busy keeping up with the development track we laid out for ourselves. In this video, we're going to go over Controls UI, some really professional dialogue recording, level 2, level 3, and some multiplayer mechanics.
We are making a splash screen showing the controls of Shopping Spree Extreme. There we go. Pretend that's my mouse, right? Have a little divider here. Have a game controller here. I know it's not great, but have the controls color coded and having lines coming off of them saying, you know, this control does this control does this, you know, yada yada yada. Down here we have some text saying what the objective of the game is. This really is not looking good. That's so bad. Okay, hang on. Nope. Don't like it. Did I just do it? That's pretty good. Something like that, right? It'll serve its purpose. Make sure I didn't have any typos anywhere. Added settings here. Oh, and I removed the apply button. So now it's as soon as you click something, it applies the changes. So like if I watch the background as I change these, see it instantly applies it. So that's there. And then also the credits. So if you helped out in the game so far, you'll see your name in here. And if you want your name in here, go subscribe to our Patreon. It's $5. Guess I'm gonna do some voice acting because not really sure what's going on with Unreal. I need to do some more research, obviously. So gonna record some voice lines, I guess. Please, I just want to go home. Come on, I got one more hour. Oh, come on, I've got 1 hour left. Come on, I've got 1 hour left. I hate this job and I hate you too. Ugh.
Virginia, why in the hell did we open?
I don't know. I'm trying my hardest. I don't know. I'm unprepared. I don't know the menu. I don't know the times. It's just...
24 hours
I know. I'm screwing up.
to prepare this.
I hate this job and I hate you too. I hate this job and I hate you too. Ugh, I hate this and I hate you. I demand a raise. I demand a raise right now. I demand a raise right now. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. That's it. I'm done. I'm out.
Switching gears, Sid and I built level 2 based off of an area we live near called the Strip District. We wanted to create a scene that combined new obstacles like drivers who've never heard of brakes, and to let the player experience an outside environment contrasting well with the first level. We agreed early on when we chose a theme of a level, there needs to be more of a reason other than it's just pretty and new, something that I admittedly struggle with. I first started out by taking a section of the Strip District and laying out shops that you can and can't go into. It's important to scope yourself appropriately. Having every shop open would have drastically increased the completion time of this level, and then Sid worked on creating the traffic system and NPC pathing system.
That's right. As for the traffic system, I made a spline path for every possible route a car could go in the Strip District. This was pretty simple as the roadways in the Strip District are mostly linear, but one problem I ran into was that cars on different paths would sometimes run into one another, breaking their navigation. So I added a ray trace in front of every car to check for other cars. If another car is caught in the ray trace, then the car behind it will stop for a short duration and then continue. This simple system worked out really well. It adds more life to the scene, and it creates some pretty funny scenarios with both the player and the occasional jaywalking NPC. The pathing functionality didn't change at all between this level and the first one. The only difference this time around is that the strip district is much larger and there's a lot of space where items don't exist. I wanted to make sure that NPCs would be roaming around the areas with items so that the player would have to interact with them more. So I made an NPC spline path in each one of the buildings, and then one that covered all the sidewalks outside. This way NPCs that spawn inside of the buildings would stay in those buildings, but the scene would still have some more life to it with the NPCs walking down the sidewalks.
After that, it was time to move on to level 3. With this level, we wanted to be a bit weird. Why make it a construction site? Because! I laid out a plan to make 3 skyscrapers all having a different gameplay loop, sort of like mini levels. One being your standard level you've seen before, another being a maze, and the last being minimal and precarious. I thought wrecking balls would be a pretty sick obstacle to avoid, especially when we made lifts to get you from one building to the next. And this level was a bitch to make, and it's pretty horribly optimized, which is something we'll have to figure out in the future. With those 2 levels done, we go back to Sid.
Oh, one more. 25! Ugh.
Gonna be breaking apart some meshes so that we can get something ready for multiplayer, because in multiplayer there's going to be some character customization. And in order to do that, we have to split all the skeletal meshes up into parts. All of my streaming shenanigans aside, if you want to see me work in detail on this game, I stream on Twitch almost every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and the link to my channel will be in the description below. Anyway, like I said on stream, I split up a bunch of character meshes from various Cinti Studios asset packs so that I can start playing around with character customization. Still some work to do there, so unfortunately character customization won't be available in our first multiplayer playtest, which is starting February 18th, and it's free. All you need to do is join our Discord. But we plan to have another multiplayer playtest down the road, and we are planning to showcase Shopping Spree Extreme in Steam's Next Fest in June, so stay tuned for those. If you didn't know, I'm responsible for most of the logic and functionality of this game, but I find it refreshing to be able to step away from that and get my hands dirty in the other areas of game development, even if I'm not artistic in the slightest. Apart from character customization, I started laying the foundation for multiplayer, setting things up with the Steam SDK, adding UI for the lobbies and map voting, and starting to play around with some basic replication logic. And if you didn't know, even though it's basic, it's still pretty complicated. Unfortunately, right now we are currently working in Unreal Engine 5.1.0, and there is a bug in the Steam network driver in that version, which of course we need to allow players to connect to one another through Steam. And while Epic Games has acknowledged the problem in Unreal source code on GitHub, the update to fix it has not been made live yet. So to get around this, I have to go into the source code, fix the issue myself, compile the engine from source, package Shopping Spree Extreme in the custom-built engine, and then pray to God that everything works the way it should. There's our cart. It has the flames. You can't see it from this way, but if I turn around backwards, you can see the flames. Those are looking okay. Overall, I'm really happy with the progress we've been making. There's been plenty of hiccups along the way, and Tyler and I certainly aren't experts, but I think we're making the most out of our resources. I'm finally starting to see multiplayer come together after what seemed like an eternity of debugging replication issues and connection problems, and I can't wait for the day where I get to play a game with both my friends and my community that I made myself. If you're an aspiring game developer on your own journey, or you're someone who just likes to have a good laugh playing either solo or with friends, I hope you join us as we continue making fiery trails behind our shopping carts and shoving anyone who gets in our way.
Well, that's all we have for you this time. The past few months have been filled with more progress and more support. If you'd like to be one of those supporters, subscribe to our channel, take a look at our socials, become a patron, and wishlist Shopping Spree Extreme on Steam. Have a great rest of your day, friends. We're Fried Squid Games, and you have a wonderful day.